Welcome to Time Capsule Podcast, Modern Genealogy, Legacy, and AI. I'm Barbara Beauregard, genealogist, educator, author of Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, and creator of the Time Capsule Method. Have you ever opened a family photo album and found yourself staring at faces you should probably recognize, but don't? Maybe you've inherited a box of photographs from a parent, grandparent, or relative. Some are labeled, many are not. And somewhere among those photographs may be people, places, and stories that are important to your family history. But what happens when nobody remembers who they are? Today we're exploring a question many genealogists and family historians are beginning to ask. Can artificial intelligence help identify old family photographs? The answer may surprise you. We'll discuss what AI can and cannot do, how AI can help identify people, locations, clothing, and time periods, the risks of relying too heavily on AI, and practical ways family historians can use these tools today. So let's get started. If you've been researching your family history for any length of time, you've probably encountered mystery photographs. Perhaps you've inherited an old shoebox filled with pictures. Some are formal portraits, others are snapshots. Many have no names, no dates, no locations, just faces. As genealogists, we often spend years collecting records and building family trees. Yet, one unidentified photograph can leave us with more questions than answers. Who were these people? Were they relatives, friends, neighbors? Where was the picture taken? When? And why was it important enough to save? For decades, solving these mysteries required patience, experience, and a bit of luck. Today, AI is becoming another tool we can add to our genealogy toolbox. Before we go further, let's talk briefly about what artificial intelligence really means. AI is not magic. It doesn't know your family, it doesn't have secret access to information, and it certainly doesn't know your ancestors personally. What AI does well is analyze patterns, lots and lots of patterns. It can compare images, recognize objects, analyze clothing styles, identify landmarks, read handwriting, and organize large amounts of information quickly. Think of AI as an assistant, not an expert, not a replacement for research, an assistant that can help point you in useful directions. Let's look at some practical examples. One of the most useful applications is image analysis. Imagine you upload a photograph showing a family standing in front of a house. You may see a family, a porch, a house, a few trees. AI may notice additional details, the architectural style, the type of clothing, the age ranges of the individuals, the probable decade, the style of automobile parked nearby, the season of the year. Sometimes these clues can help narrow down possibilities significantly. For example, determining whether a photograph was likely taken in the 1910s, 1930s, or 1950s can completely change where you focus your research. One area where AI can be surprisingly useful is clothing analysis. Fashion changed dramatically over time. Sleeve styles, collars, hats, hairstyles, uniforms, eyeglasses, shoes, each can provide clues about when a photograph was taken. Experienced photo historians have been using these clues for years. AI tools can now assist by recognizing patterns from large collections of historical images. Will it always be accurate? No, but it can provide useful starting points, especially when combined with your own research. Another fascinating use of AI involves locations. Suppose you have a photograph taken in front of a church, or a courthouse, or a school, or perhaps a mountain landscape. AI image tools may recognize architectural features or landmarks. Sometimes they can suggest possible locations. I've seen examples where researchers were able to narrow a photograph's location because AI identified a distinctive building style or landmark. Again, this isn't proof, it's a clue. But clues are often what genealogists need. One of my favorite uses of AI involves old handwritten notes. Many family photographs contain information written on the back. Unfortunately, handwriting can be difficult to read, particularly older handwriting, faded pencil, cursive writing, foreign languages. AI powered transcription tools can often help decipher these notes. Sometimes a name, a location, or a date hidden in difficult handwriting becomes readable. And occasionally, that small detail unlocks an entire family mystery. Now, let's talk about the area that gets the most attention: facial recognition. Many people wonder, can AI identify people in old photographs? The answer is sometimes, but with significant limitations. AI can compare photographs and suggest that two images may show the same person. This can be useful when you have multiple family photographs from different periods. However, facial recognition is not proof. Old photographs vary greatly in quality. Lighting changes, people age, images become damaged. AI may make suggestions, but you must verify those suggestions using traditional research methods. Never assume AI is correct simply because it sounds confident. One thing every genealogist should understand about AI is this: AI can be confidently wrong, very confidently wrong. It may identify a decade incorrectly, misread handwriting, suggest the wrong location, or incorrectly identify an individual, and it often presents these answers with great confidence. This is why human judgment remains essential. AI can generate possibilities. You must evaluate them. Think of AI as providing leads, not conclusions. The most successful researchers use AI and traditional genealogy together. Suppose AI suggests a photograph was taken around 1925. Now you can examine your family tree. Who was alive? Who was the right age? Who lived in that area? Suppose AI identifies a church. Now you can research church records, marriage records, community histories. AI creates possibilities. Research provides evidence. Together, they can be very powerful. Imagine finding a photograph labeled only Grandma's family. No names, no dates, no location. AI analyzes the clothing and suggests the photograph was likely taken between 1918 and 1925. The building style suggests New England. You know your grandmother's family lived in Vermont during that period. Now you've narrowed the possibilities significantly. You still need research, but instead of searching everywhere, you're searching in a much smaller area. That's where AI can save time. Let's be equally clear about what AI cannot do. AI cannot prove family relationships, replace records, confirm identities with certainty, determine parentage, solve genealogy problems without evidence. Those tasks still require traditional genealogy methods. The genealogical proof standard still matters, documentation still matters, evidence still matters. AI is a tool, not a shortcut. Another area where AI shines is organization. Many of us have thousands of digital images, photos, documents, certificates, newspaper clippings. AI can help group similar photographs, detect faces, suggest tags, generate descriptions, identify objects, create searchable collections. This can save countless hours, especially for those working on large preservation projects. The technology continues to improve rapidly. We're already seeing tools that can restore damaged photographs, colorize black and white images, enhance blurry images, transcribe handwritten notes, translate foreign language documents, organize large collections. In the coming years, these capabilities will likely become even more powerful. but the goal should never be replacing family historians. The goal should be helping us preserve more information before it's lost. As exciting as these tools are, they raise important ethical questions. What happens when AI changes an image, colorizes a photograph, restores damaged sections, creates details that weren't originally there? These tools can be valuable, but we should always document what changes were made. Future generations deserve to know the difference between the original photograph and an AI-enhanced version. Transparency matters. Preservation should never become fiction. If you'd like to experiment with AI and family photographs, start simple. Choose one photograph. Scan it at a high resolution. Preserve the original file. Create a copy for analysis. Ask AI, what clues do you see? What decade might this photograph represent? What clothing details stand out? What architectural features are visible? What questions should I investigate further? Treat every answer as a clue, not a conclusion. This week's challenge is simple. Find one unidentified family photograph, scan it, study it carefully, then use an AI tool to analyze it. Compare what AI notices with what you notice. You may discover clues that help move your research forward, or you may simply gain a new appreciation for the photograph itself. Either outcome is worthwhile. Family photographs are more than images. They're visual time capsules. They preserve faces, moments, relationships, and stories. Artificial intelligence won't replace the work of family historians, but it can become a valuable assistant, helping us uncover clues, organize collections, and preserve family history for future generations. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Time Capsule, Modern Genealogy, Legacy, and AI. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider following the podcast and sharing it with a friend, family member, or fellow genealogist. And if you're interested in learning more about preserving and protecting your family history, visit ancestryseeking.com for additional resources, courses, articles, and tools. Remember, family history isn't just about discovering the past, it's about preserving it for the future. Until next time, I'm Barbara Beauregard. Keep preserving your stories, protecting your legacy, and building your family's time capsule.